Welcome back, decoders, to the channel. Hope everyone's doing well out there tonight. I think I'm live. Hold on a second. Let me make sure this live stream is working. Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me or if it seems to be working. Hello to my girlfriend in the chat, Magdalena. Love you, babe. And hello to Kathy. How are you doing? And Robert. Robert says he found my channel connected to the 42. Well, I'm going to be talking about the 42 in this decode as well. The 42 is huge right now. So, yeah, we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about the Super Bowl again. I know. I hope you guys aren't getting tired of talking about the Super Bowl or Kamala Harris or Taylor Swift, but this decode is going to have more of those characters in. I know that Joseph Aquaviva 2222 is currently live also, so there'll be a few people probably over on his stream right now. But we'll wait another minute or two, and we'll let a few more people join, and then we'll get started. So hopefully everyone's doing well tonight. Thank you guys so much for the donations and the likes and the shares. If you guys are here in the chat, please hit the like button. Try to get the likes up here. And yeah, thank you guys so much for growing the channel. My channel's growing very fast, and I feel very blessed. So just wanted to say thank you to all of you. John is saying, he's asking if viewers can call in. I don't know if I was planning on doing any call-ins tonight, but if you want to, in my next live stream, maybe in a few days, I will do a call-in show, and you can call in if you want. So let me know if you want to do that, and then you can get a hold of me in the in the comments of the stream afterwards, and we'll try to get you on the live stream next time. Or yeah, just let me know, and I'll plan on a live stream where I hold calls. I just wasn't planning on that tonight. So anyways, guys, let's jump in. We got 45 in the chat, so that seems to be enough for now. And here we go. Let's jump into it. So, as you guys know, the Super Bowl coming up on February 11th it's between two teams with the red. But the red kind of came to me all of a sudden when I started realizing all these connections. So Taylor Swift had an album called Red, as you can see right here. And of course, the Super Bowl is one day after the Dragon Year starts, okay? There was this song called Paint the Town Red. This is a clip from that song from Doja Cat. Paint the Town Red equals 192. The Super Bowl is 192 days after she released that song. Paint the Town Red equals 192. Super Bowl 58, 192. So they were telling us about red and the Super Bowl well before they even decided the teams. And then you have Taylor Swift being involved, and she's all about the red, her album called Red. And of course, now she's rooting for the Chiefs, who of course wear the red. And Obama came into the classroom last month with the Santa hat on, which of course is red also. So yeah, we're going to jump into all these things, and we're going to go over all these crazy connections between the Super Bowl this year and the color red. So the first connection you guys need to know is this, okay? I told you that on Obama's birthday, Doja Cat released a song called Paint the Town Red. Came out on Obama's birthday, August 4th. And I'll get to how it connects to the Super Bowl later on. Like I said, this song came out 192 days before the Super Bowl, and the Super Bowl equals 192, and so does Paint the Town Red. So does Obama equal 192. But notice the screenshot from iPad Goat, right? You have Obama, and then you have the dragon, and you have the wood. Okay, the reason there's the wood right above the dragon is because we're entering the wood dragon, guys. This iPad goat was pointing us to the year of the wood dragon. It's clear about that. The dragon year starts, it's next to the wood, and there's a heart right after it. Well, the heart is usually associated with red, and the heart is also associated with Valentine's Day. So this is a timeline, guys. The dragon year starts, and then a few days later is Valentine's Day. That's the heart, okay? So to me, it could be predicting something in the dragon year and on Valentine's Day. But remember, in gematria, Obama equals dragon, and of course, there's a dragon on the wall behind him. And his recent movie, which also has the 192, which I'll show you guys that in a minute. All these have 192. Leave the World Behind 192, Paint the Town Red 192, Obama 192, Super Bowl 58 192. All this connected with that number. But I just wanted to point out this timeline here because this, I believe, is telling us about this year. Now, remember, in the book of Revelation, Revelation 12, it says, "And another sign appeared in heaven. Behold, a great fiery red dragon." Okay, red dragon. Obama was in the classroom last month posing as skinny Santa, but he was wearing the red. Okay. His movie, Leave the World Behind, had the red lettering. So you have the red, you have the red heart next to the dragon on the board. You have Obama equaling dragon, and you have Paint the Town Red that came out on his birthday. Okay. And notice the name of the album that the Paint the Town Red was on. It was on Scarlet, which is also red. Okay. So no question in my mind, they're talking about red. So watch out for Valentine's Day as well. And you got the two red teams on the Super Bowl. So now we're going to talk about the year of the dragon, okay? And I stumbled across this by accident because I looked up who was born in the year of the dragon 1964, because Kamala Harris was one of those. Kamala Harris was born in the year of the wood dragon, 1964. This year, we're entering into the year of the wood dragon on February 10th, one day before the Super Bowl. Another guy who was born in 1964 wood dragon was the one from The Matrix, Keanu Charles Reeves. And I'm going to show you how he perfectly fits with all this. 1964, and just notice the picture that I found when I typed in the year of the wood dragon. It's these two. I'm like, why did they put these two? Of course, this guy is huge because he played the one in The Matrix. Okay. So I want you guys to know what the Chinese used to believe about the dragon. More than 3,000 years ago, the Chinese believed that the dragon ate the sun during a solar eclipse. Okay. Eclipse equals 192, like Obama. Paint the Town Red, 192. Leave the World Behind, 192. Super Bowl 58, 192. Usher Raymond IV, 192. They believe that the dragon ate the sun during a solar eclipse. The solar eclipse this year is in the year of the dragon. Okay. In Australian mythology, Earth was basked by the sun woman's heat and light and traveled across the sky. When the dark orb of the moon man mated with the sun's woman, the bright circle of light, her fire was temporarily obscured. Okay. And this is talking about a solar eclipse that we had in 2017 on August 21st, which was the first great American eclipse. And the second one is coming up on April 8th this year. And again, this connects to the dragon because the dragon is the one that was said to eat the sun during an eclipse. Now, notice that the horoscope, I don't necessarily believe in this, guys, but notice that the horoscope for the wood dragon in 1964 this year is this. People for 1964 wood dragon, like Kamala Harris and Keanu Reeves, according to the Chinese zodiac horoscope, people intend to encounter more misfortune in this year. So the two people born in the wood dragon in 1964 may encounter much misfortune in the year of this wood dragon, 2024. To decrease the negative impact, they may wear red underwear on the first day of the Chinese New Year of the Dragon on February 10th, 2024. Do you guys understand this? They want people born in 1964, Dragon Year, to wear red underwear on the first day of this year's dragon. Okay, Kamala Harris was born in the same wood dragon year, and they want her to wear red underwear because that will help to decrease the negative impact. Okay, what an interesting thing, right? And we have this dragon year starting off with 2 red teams. And you have Taylor Swift, who's the main circus of this, and she is famous for her album called Red. And you have Obama wearing the red as Santa Claus last month. So again, what are the chances that they want them to wear red underwear to stop the negative effects? Okay. And I'm going to get into that more later in the stream. Okay. But first, let's jump into the Kamala and Neo. Remember Neo, the one from the Matrix, right? They were both born in the dragon year, the wood dragon. And notice that they're both 59 years old right now. Okay. Just notice that dragon equals 59. I already showed you Obama equals dragon in 2 ciphers, but dragon is how old Kamala is right now, 59. And so is Keanu Reeves, the one from the Matrix. Okay. They're both 59 in the dragon year. They were both born in the dragon year. I also want you guys to notice that the red queen equals 59. The red queen is from the Game of Thrones House of the Dragon. Okay. Meleus, the red queen, is the red dragon queen. Okay. And again, all connected to the red. They want you to wear red this year to counteract the effects of the negative impacts. Okay. I just read you that in the last slide. So what are the chances that they're both 59? Dragon equals 59, right? Now, thank you to Joseph Aquaviva. I saw you're in the chat. Much love to you, bro. I thought you were still on your live stream, but apparently you ended. So much love to him. He just finished his live. Go make sure you guys subscribe to Joseph Aquaviva 2222. He was in the live stream the other day, and he mentioned that Obama had mentioned the red wedding. So this whole thing is actually connected to Joseph because he got me onto this red wedding. So Barack Obama references the red wedding at the White House. Okay, this was in 2016. Remember, the Super Bowl is in the wedding capital of the world, Las Vegas. So that right there connects us to weddings. Okay. But there was a very famous episode of the Game of Thrones, which is all about dragons. And it was where the red wedding happened. The episode was called The Reigns of Castamere. Okay. But in this episode, the very famous scene is called The Red Wedding, where it was a massacre that took place during the War of the Five Kings, arranged by Lord Walder Frey as revenge against Robb Stark, ruling King of the North. Okay. For breaking a marriage pact between House Stark and House Frey. So I want you guys to know the big number here, okay? Jesuit order equals 54, first of all. Their colors are red, okay? That's the first connection. Obama mentions the red wedding, which is from Game of Thrones. In the Game of Thrones red wedding, it's Walder Frey, okay? It's Walder Frey who murders the people in cold blood. He spills their blood, which is red. He betrays them. Walder Frey equals 54 in 2 ciphers, like the word red. Okay? Red equals 54, like Jesuit order, like Walder Frey equals 54 in 2 ciphers, in the same 2 ciphers that the dragon year equals. Okay? Now notice what you get if you just type in his last name, Frey. Frey also equals 54 in 2 ciphers, just like Walder Frey. I mean, what are the chances that both his full name and his last name have 54 in 2 ciphers, like red? And he was the one responsible for the red wedding. Notice that Vegas equals 54 and marriage. And Vegas is the marriage or wedding capital of the world. And this is all about the red wedding, okay? Vegas 54. The sun is associated with the dragon because in mythology, okay, in mythology, the dragon eats the sun during a solar eclipse. And of course, I already explained that. Okay. So all these 54s are connected to this episode, The Red Wedding. Okay. And Obama was the one that led us to this. Okay. So moving on from that, remember, I want you guys to understand how big this is. I just connected all the 54s to this Red Wedding episode. And if you go from the Red Wedding episode to Super Bowl 58, which is a rematch of Super Bowl 54, okay, it's the 54-0 prime. In numerology, you drop the 0, you get 54, and you have the 54. So from the 54 episode, all about the 54s, to the 54 rematch of the Super Bowl. Because again, guys, this is Super Bowl 58, but this is a rematch of Super Bowl 54 in 2020. Okay. And if you go from the 54 episode, the Red Wedding to the Red Super Bowl, it's the 54 prime, connecting to marriage, to Red, to Walter Frey, who was the one who did this massacre. Dragon year. This will be the first full day of the Dragon year. It's all about the sun, which is the Jesuits. Jesuit order equals 54. This is impossible, guys. 54 exactly. Yeah, I can see your comments now, Casey. I can see them. Just wanted to make sure. But again, what are the chances of that, guys? 54 exactly. When I saw this, I was like, are you kidding me? I mean, what are the chances of this? You know, and again, this is the rematch of Super Bowl 54, Chiefs and 49ers. Okay. This is improbable. So I'm going to let you guys look at that for a minute so you guys can understand how big this is. And remember, I already predicted that there possibly could be a marriage proposal at the Super Bowl. Is Travis Kelce going to propose to Taylor Swift in the marriage capital of the world, right? Is that what this is all about? A marriage, the Red Wedding. So with that being said, let's look at Kamala Harris for a minute, because I've been talking about her connected to this Super Bowl, okay? She's 59, like dragon equals 59. Now look, she was born in the dragon year, a wood dragon year, just like this year. The wood dragon year started on February 13th, 1964. And from that day to her birthday was 251 days. Well, that just happens to be a perfect match with House of the Dragon, which was the Game of Thrones episode I connected earlier. House of the Dragon, 251. Kamala Harris born 251 days after the dragon year. Okay. 251 is also the 54th prime number, which goes right back to the red dragon. Do you see this, guys? She's born 251 after the dragon, which equals House of the Dragon. And that's the 54th prime, like the red dragon. And this is the red dragon. Okay. This is improbable. And again, she's 59, like the word dragon equals 59. Okay. So again, I cannot understand how this could be a coincidence. It's too perfect. Wait till you guys see how old Kamala was on the day that this House of the Dragon released. Wait till you guys see that in a minute. And don't forget, in the Bible, there's the woman and the dragon and the child. The woman clothed with the sun. Okay. So I'll get to that in a bit too also. So now we got to go back to this Doja Cat song. The Doja Cat song was released on Obama's birthday. Okay. Paint the Town Red. We're talking all about the red color. Now, notice that this song was released on Obama's birthday, but it was inspired by a track from Dionne Warwick's song Walk On By, 1964. Well, what did I just tell you guys? Kamala Harris was born in 1964. This song is about red, and she rides this beast. This reminds me of the dragon. I know it doesn't look like a dragon, but I think it's supposed to be like some sort of bull dragon. I don't know. But she's riding this, and she's wearing the red. And her album is called Scarlet, and the song's called Paint the Town Red. And the song was inspired by a 1964 album. Now, what was the year 1964? It was a dragon year, and it was Kamala Harris's birth year. Another connection between these two is Amala is the name of Doja Cat, and Kamala and Amala are the two girls that were raised by wolves. I already talked about those in prior streams. But look at Doja Cat's birthday, October 21st, And Kamala Harris' birthday, October 20th. They're born one day apart. Their names are nearly the same, Kamala and Amala. And she releases the Red, dressed as the Red. And she releases the song based off the 1964, which is when Kamala was born. Okay. These are improbable connections. So with that being said, we got to get to the juice, the meat of this, how it's all connected by the number 192. Okay. I just told you earlier that Keanu Charles Reeves is born the same year as Kamala in the Dragon Year, 1964. He plays the One in the Matrix movie. He was born in Beirut, Lebanon. Okay. Paint the Town Red was released on Obama's birthday. Obama had an explosion in Beirut, Lebanon on his birthday. Okay. August 4th, 2020, the last time that the Chiefs and the 49ers faced in the Super Bowl, there was an explosion on Obama's birthday in Beirut, which is the same city that the One was born in, Keanu Charles Reeves. Obama equals 192, like Eclipse. The eclipse is the sun eating the dragon is eating the sun during the eclipse. That's what the ancient Chinese believed. Eclipse 192, Obama equals dragon, okay? Obama 192. The song Paint the Town Red is 192 days before Super Bowl 58. And what are the chances that all these things equal 192? Okay, so let's lay it out, guys. The Super Bowl equals 192. Paint the Town Red came out 192 days before the Super Bowl. It equals 192. Keanu Charles Reeves, who's born in the Dragon Year, and we're about ready to enter the Dragon Year, equals 192, like Obama. Okay. And again, they're connected with the explosion in Beirut on Obama's birthday. Okay. Leave the World Behind, Obama's movie, equals 192. The halftime performer who's ushering in the Antichrist, ushering the New World Order, Usher Raymond IV, 192. Again, this number runs all through everything, guys, right now. Everything connected by this number perfectly. Yeah, and Joseph's mentioning that in the movie Leave the World Behind, it's the girl in the Commodus bunker, and the Commodus bunker is connected to Commodus, the emperor who died in the year 192. Okay. So what I'm telling you guys is that this Dragon Year is what this all points to. Let me just go quickly back to the beginning slide so I can show you. Again, Obama equals dragon. You have the dragon on the board, and you have the heart, which is red. Okay. Paint the town red. Leave the world behind, red font. Okay. It's all connected with the red. Kamala Harris born in the Dragon Year. Taylor Swift releasing the Red album. Dragon equals 59, like Kamala Harris and Keanu Reeves were 59 years old right now. And if you guys missed this part, you got to go back and watch all about the 54s and the Game of Thrones episode connected to the Red Wedding. Okay. So I'm just going back. So hold on. Let me go back to where I was. So anyways, all this is connected by the 192, and the Super Bowl is 192s after Paint the Town Red. Okay. Impossible. Paint the Town Red 192. And 2 red teams, right? And now Taylor Swift. And I'm getting to that in a minute. So just give me a second. So Taylor Swift's album called Red was released in a Dragon Year. Of course, guys. Taylor Swift's album Red was released October 22nd, 2012, which was a Dragon Year. Okay. This year is the Dragon Year. She's now in the spotlight again in the Dragon Year. Now, I want you guys to notice from Taylor Swift's album on October 21st called Red, or October 22nd. Remember, Kamala Harris was born October 20th. So Taylor Swift released her Red album 2 days after Kamala Harris's birthday. Okay. From October 22nd, 2012, Red album to Super Bowl with the Red teams in Las Vegas is 11 years, 112 days, like Super Bowl 112, Kamala Harris 112. Okay. The Super Bowl is on 11/12. Okay. Again, it's all about the red, guys. The album is called Red, for God's sakes. I mean, come on. And it just happens to come 112 days before the Super Bowl, which equals 112, and Kamala Harris 112, and the Super Bowl is on 112. I mean, Can't get any more tight than that. So remember, Taylor Swift will be wearing the red because she's supporting the Chiefs, of course. But I want you guys to remember, at the beginning of this episode, I said that people who were born in 1964 Wood Dragon need to wear red underwear in order to avoid misfortune in this year's Dragon year. Okay, it says they may want to wear red underwear on the first day of the Chinese Dragon year, February 10th. So why do you think they're having a Super Bowl with red teams right at the beginning of the Dragon year where you're supposed to wear red? Okay, this is supposed to help fight off misfortune, I guess. Yeah, I forgot that. Thank you, Joseph. If you go back one slide, guys, Chiefs equals 112. Okay. So from Kamala Harris's Red album, or from Taylor Swift's Red album to the Super Bowl is 112 days. Chiefs equals 112. Super Bowl 112. Kamala Harris 112. Super Bowl on 112. Yeah, and of course Taylor Swift is supporting the Chiefs, which equals 112. So anyway, look at what red underwear equals. It equals Enter the Dragon. And this takes you back to the year of this Bruce Lee. Remember, Bruce Lee died as he was filming this, or after he filmed this. Enter the Dragon, guys. And what does Enter the Dragon equal? It equals 2024, 224. It equals 71, like red underwear. And they're telling us to wear, they're telling people born in 1964, like Kamala Harris, to wear red underwear to start the year, okay? Which equals 71, like Kamala Harris, Kamala Devi Harris, and equals Enter the Dragon equals Chinese New Year. And just don't overlook the 224, guys. I mean, what's the chances that Enter the Dragon equals 224? And then this movie came out way before 2024, but it was pointing to this year, 2024. Yeah, and the Russia-Ukraine war equals 224, and that started on 224 as well. Don't forget that. So do you guys remember last Super Bowl? Why was Rihanna wearing the red? Do you remember what happened right before the Super Bowl last year, guys? There was an earthquake in Turkey, and Mr. Sam Smith was dressed in Satan costume wearing the red right when the earthquake was happening. And Rihanna was at the Super Bowl wearing red just a few days later, okay? But in order to understand this riddle, we have to go to the book of Revelation. Taylor Swift was born on 12/13. Revelation 12/13 points us to a perfect connection, guys. Taylor Swift's birthday is 12/13. Revelation 12/13 says, when the dragon saw that had been thrown down to earth, it pursued the woman who had given birth to a child, a male child. So what are the chances that last year at the Super Bowl, Rihanna was wearing the red and she was giving birth? She was pregnant. That's because Super Bowl 57 is connected to birth. Birth equals 57. Birth ritual equals 57. Mary equals 57. Mother of Jesus, 57. Birth ritual, 57. Super Bowl 57 was all about birth. Okay? So this is saying, when the dragon saw that had been thrown to earth, it pursued the woman who had given birth to a male child. So last year's Super Bowl, the performer at the halftime show gave birth. And now you have Taylor Swift being the prominent female artist at the next Super Bowl. And her birthday points us to the very verse that connects us back to Rihanna, who wore the red. Okay? I hope you guys understand what I'm getting at here. Just read what I wrote down at the bottom if you guys don't understand. So again, Revelation 12:13 is all about the woman and the dragon. And now we have the red woman and the dragon. Taylor Swift, all about red. She always wearing red lipstick. Okay? Taylor Swift's always wearing red lipstick most of the time. So then I started looking into the movie called The Red Dragon, which is about Hannibal Lecter, who... And look at the guy who wrote Hannibal Lecter, guys. The character who created the character Hannibal Lecter is named Thomas Harris. And I've been connecting this to Kamala Harris. So Thomas Harris makes Hannibal Lecter, which starred in the Red Dragon movie in 2002. From the release of Red Dragon to the Super Bowl, is exactly 7,800 days. So if you drop the 2 zeros, you get a 78 here. Kind of like the Super Bowl is on a Sunday, which equals 78, and the Jesuit equals 78. The Jesuits are a sun cult. And just notice that Usher Raymond IV, who's performing at the Super Bowl, also has that 78. And Paint the Town Red, which I already connected to the Super Bowl, also has that 78. And just notice that Super Bowl 58 has the 87, which is Travis Kelce's number. And he is Taylor Swift's boyfriend. But 87 is the reflection of the 78. So I just wanted to point out this interesting 78 connection with the red dragon. And I'm probably missing a lot of comments. I'm going to come back. So if you guys have anything to add, please wait till I'm done with the info, and then I'll read the chat. So anyways, this movie, The Red Dragon, featured an artwork from William Blake, who depicted the great red dragon and the woman clothed with the sun. Remember, the dragon and the sun are very connected, guys. In gematria, sun equals 54, red equals 54, Jesuit order 54. And at the very bottom, I don't know if you guys can see it, it says the image was used in the popular 2002 movie, The Red Dragon. Okay, so this image by William Blake was used in this movie connected to the red dragon. Yeah, I also wanted to mention, guys, that in the movie Red Dragon, Hannibal Lecter eats his victims just like the dragon eats the sun in Chinese mythology. Okay, eating the sun and Hannibal Lecter eating things, right? All right, so now we got to talk about the eclipse, because I just told you that in Chinese mythology, the dragon eats the sun during a solar eclipse, right? We have a solar eclipse coming up in the year 2024, the Great American Eclipse, coming on April 8th, 2024. House of the Dragon came out August 21st, 2022. Well, that just happened to be the same date in history that we had our first Great American Eclipse. So again, guys, the dragon eats the sun, and August 21st is the day we had the solar eclipse in the Great American Eclipse in 2017. And 5 years later, House of the Dragon releases, okay, on the same day. And again, that's all because the dragon eats the sun, okay? That's why. That's what the eclipse meant in the mythology, right? So that all connects to our eclipse this year, and the fact that it's in a dragon year is no coincidence, right? So get this, guys, because Kamala Harris has all this connection, because she's born in the dragon year and she's 59, like dragon equals 59. Look at this connection, right? Kamala Harris was exactly 2/11, 24 days old on the day of the release of House of the Dragon, August 21st, 2022. So that means that she was exactly the date of the Super Bowl this year on the release of the House of the Dragon, okay? 2/11/24, that's the Super Bowl. Okay. That is very interesting. That might be a coincidence, but I don't know. What do you guys think? You think that's a coincidence that Kamala Harris was the Super Bowl date on the day of the House of the Dragon release? And the House of the Dragon year starts one day before the Super Bowl. And the Super Bowl this year is 211 days before the death anniversary of the other feminine symbol, the Queen, Elizabeth. 211 days before her death anniversary is the Super Bowl on 2/11, okay? 2/11 is the 47th prime number. 47 connects to president, beast equals 47, president, White House, government, all equals 47. Kamala Harris could be the 47th president. Trump equals 47. Trump could also be the 47th president. So there's a lot of connections to this 2/11, but Elizabeth also equals 47, so it's 211 days before her death anniversary, and it's the 47th prime number. Elizabeth equals 47. So now, hopefully you guys can get this, because this is a puzzle, okay? So this is a puzzle, right? So it's all about the 42 here. So hopefully you guys can grasp this. Kamala Harris became the first woman with presidential power for 85 minutes on 11/19/2021. Okay, that was the 42 days left in the year. 42 weeks later after that, Queen Elizabeth died. Okay, so 42 weeks after Kamala Harris became female president, and female equals 42, feminine 42, Kamala 42. 42 weeks later exactly, Queen Elizabeth dies. Okay. After that, if you go from Queen Elizabeth's death on 9/8, which was the 251st day of the year, and you go 521 days later, the 98th prime number, which is the day she died, 9/8, it takes you to the Super Bowl this year, which if you guys see down at the bottom right is on the 42nd day of the year. Okay. So with that being said, the Queen died on 251 day. 9/8 is the 521 prime, and that means she died. The 521 days later is the Super Bowl, which is the 98th prime number, which leads you back to the 42 because the Super Bowl is on the 42nd day of the year. Well, Kamala was selected vice president exactly 42 months before the Super Bowl on the 42nd day of the year. Kamala had presidential power 42 weeks before the Queen died. Okay. Now notice that the Queen died on the 251st day of the year. I talked about this number earlier in the decode, the 54th prime number. 251 is House of the Dragon. Kamala Harris was born 251 days after the start of the Year of the Dragon in 1964, connected to the Queen's death on the 251st day. So hopefully you guys understand this and how the Queen and Kamala Harris are perfectly synced with these numbers. Let me know in the chat if you guys understand this this slide. It makes sense to you. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up because I know it's a bit confusing, but it's super clear how these two things are connected. Yeah, Captain Flatastic, thank you for commenting earlier. I saw your comment. You think that Kamala Harris has already been president and she won't be president again because she already had 85 minutes. So 85 was her only amount of time. It could be that. I don't necessarily know because Gerald Ford said in his speech in 1989 that the first woman president would be because of the president would step in because the president dies, right? So I think unless it's going to be somehow it's going to not be Kamala Harris. I don't know though, because if you guys watched my last video about 1989, it's pretty clear that it's very connected, right? So now we're going to talk about the one, Keanu Charles Reeves, right? He was born in the same year as Kamala Harris in the Wood Dragon. He was born in the year of the Wood Dragon, which equals 294, just like Kamala Harris was born in the year of the Wood Dragon, Kamala Harris was born on the 294th day of the year in the year of the Wood Dragon, okay? Do you guys see that how this, like, what a coincidence, right? She's born on the 294th day of the year in the year of the Wood Dragon, which equals 294. And she was born the same year as Keanu Charles Reeves, which equals 294. And these two people were born 49 days apart. And Kamala Harris is the 49th VP, and Kamala Harris equals 49, like Antichrist, like Revelation, like Las Vegas NV, or Las Vegas equals 49, okay? The Super Bowl's in Las Vegas. So, again, what's the chances? Year of the Wood Dragon, 294. Kamala Harris born in the year of the Wood Dragon on the 294th day of the year, okay? And now we're getting ready to enter into the Wood Dragon once again, which only comes around every 60 years, okay? So this is a big moment for her because it's 60-year cycles. You can only have a Wood Dragon every 60 years because they cycle through the different elements, okay? So another connection to Kamala and Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves played in The Matrix. Well, Matrix equals 85, kind of like Kamala was president for 85 minutes, okay? Matrix means mother, or it's a feminine word. Matrix is the word for mother, okay? Well, again, she was president for 85 minutes, like Matrix, like she was born the same year as the star of The Matrix, Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves, 294. She was born on the 294th day of the year of the Wood Dragon, 294. And Kamala had presidential power 294 days before the Queen died, okay? So Kamala Harris born on the 294th day of the year, and she had presidential power for 85 minutes, 294 days before Queen Elizabeth's death. Okay. And that's not a coincidence either, I don't think. So let's see here. You guys are probably making a lot of good comments, but I'm going to just finish the presentation. Hold on. So the last presentation part I have is going to connect the good old Patrick Mahomes, right? So Patrick Mahomes, remember in Revelation, since we're talking about the color red, in the book of Revelation, it says, "And there went out another horse that was red, and the power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and they were given unto him a great sword." So again, this is about peace that is taken from the earth, okay? The red horse is war, peace being taken from the earth. And just so happens that the star quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs is Patrick Mahomes, who happened to play at Texas Tech University. Well, Texas Tech is known as the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Right here, guys. The Red Raiders, okay? And what's interesting about this Super Bowl is that Patrick Mahomes is going to be playing in the Las Vegas Raiders Stadium, because it's the Las Vegas Raiders who play in Las Vegas. And Patrick Mahomes used to play for another Raiders, the Red Raiders, okay? Notice that the team, the women's basketball team for the Texas Tech is the Texas Tech, they're called the Texas Tech Lady Raiders, okay? And they wear the red, the scarlet, just like I already connected Doja Cat's song Scarlet, or her Paint the Town Red, right? Kamala Harris. But what's the chances that they're the Lady Raiders, right? And they're connected to the red. And just notice that it's what it says as the capacity of the stadium they play in. It's 15020, which is a lot like the number 152, which I think is paying homage to good old Patrick Mahomes, who equals 152. I talked a lot about his 152 connections in the last stream, but it's just funny to me that they put the capacity for their stadium at 152 when Patrick Mahomes equals 152, Kamala Devi Harris equals 152. And again, Patrick Mahomes, he is the Red Raider. And he's going to go into the Raiders Stadium on the Year of the Dragon, and he's going to have this red ritual. So, yeah, I mean, and look at what Lady Raiders equals, which is the basketball team for the Texas Tech. That equals Wood Dragon, which is this year. So, yeah, very interesting. This is my last slide, but I'm going to go back and rehash a few things just so you guys can see how it all connects here. So again, the big slide here, I think the big slide here is all about the red. Taylor Swift releasing her Red album, and she's the main character right now. Exactly 111 years, 112 days before Super Bowl on 112. Super Bowl equals 112. Chiefs equals 112. And then I talked about the 192s, which all connects to the eclipse this year, to Obama's movie, Leave the World Behind, to the Super Bowl, to Doja Cat's song, Paint the Town Red, Keanu Charles Reeves, who was born in a dragon year and we're about ready to enter the dragon year. He was the one in the movie, Matrix. So definitely a lot to think about here. Also connected to the song, Paint the Town Red. And this one, guys, is crazy. Again, this is the one that I want to leave up for you guys to look at for a bit, because this is very crazy. Obama mentions the Red Wedding in his speech, which is a scene from the Game of Thrones. Okay, and it happened exactly 3907 days before the Super Bowl, the Red Super Bowl, the rematch of 54. Okay, Super Bowl 54 rematch, and it's the 5-4 prime from the Red Wedding. And red equals 54, marriage 54, Walder Frey, who was responsible, 54 in 2 ciphers, Dragon Year 54 in the same 2 ciphers, Frey, his last name, 54 in 2 ciphers, and Vegas equals 54. I mean, it's too crazy. I mean, absolutely insane. So anyways, guys, what are you guys saying in the chat? I saw that there's a lot of people in here. Let me see if I missed anything. Yeah, you guys are bringing up how Biden had a colonoscopy, right? If I spell it right, hold on. So notice that Biden had a colonoscopy the day that Kamala Harris became the first female president, right? So if you guys don't believe this is all rigged, let's show this. So Biden had a colonoscopy and Kamala takes over for 85 minutes, right? So colonoscopy equals 152. Let me just show you this. Let me just take away all these other ciphers so you guys can see what I mean. Biden's colonoscopy equals 152, like Kamala Devi Harris replaced him for 85 minutes. Kamala Devi Harris, 152, okay? Remember, she became the first female to have presidential power. Sorry, guys. Female president equals 152, okay? Just like Joe Biden equals 152, like American equals 152, and like Patrick Mahomes, the guy who's going to be the star of this Super Bowl most likely. Patrick Mahomes, 152. And there's 152 in the chat. Are you guys kidding me? There's no way there's 152 in the chat right now. There's no way. This happens every stream, guys. If you guys have been watching my every stream, you guys see that every time I'm talking about a number, it pops up. It's absolutely insane when that does that. I'm talking about 152 specifically, and there's 152 in the chat. Now there's 151, but it happens every time. I get so crazy, man. Oh, yeah. It happened to me last stream too, guys. I was talking about a number, and then it just happened to be what was in the chat. Anyways, that's the ritual, guys. The 152. Biden had a colonoscopy. Kamala Devi Harris takes over as the first female, 152. Joe Biden, 152. American, 152. And this year's star, Patrick Mahomes, 152. Remember, I showed you in my last live stream that they were coding Patrick Mahomes with the 152 during the last game he was in. Zenith of the Alpha, good to see you, bro. How you doing? Go check, go subscribe to Zenith of the Alpha America. He's in the chat. I'll also leave his link at the end of this video if you guys want to. Also go subscribe to Joseph Aquaviva 222. Go subscribe to Square Peg Divergent. I will leave all their links in the chat after I finish the stream. But Zenith of the Alpha is saying a new Zelda game had issues because of the name, and it's being close to Queen's death. Tears of the Kingdom equals 98th prime in capital letter cipher. Interesting. Yeah, and I just showed you guys that in my presentation that the Queen died on 9/8, and I'll just pull it up here for now. So the Queen died on 9/8, 2022, on the Virgin Mary's day, and the Super Bowl this year is exactly 521 days, right? Which is the 98th prime number. Okay. And she died on 9/8. So the 98th prime days after, and look at the date numerology of the day that she died, guys. Notice that the day the Queen died was 59 date numerology. Well, look at what dragon equals. It's all about the dragon, right? Dragon equals 59. Okay. The Queen died on 59 date numerology. 59 is the 17th prime. Remember, Obama equals 103, like dragon in the same cipher. But again, this is all connected to the Queen, connected to Kamala Harris, Obama, of course, Obama. I'm just going to pull up the slides again so you guys can look at that as I talk. Yeah, what happened with that, Captain Flatastic? You got banned from commenting or something? I just had my other buddy, Casey Jones, in the chat. He said he was trying to leave me a message in the last live stream and it wasn't coming through. So YouTube is playing some funny games. Of course, they're always doing stuff, man. Yeah, guys. I mean, there's no fear here on this channel. I don't share any of this. I just want to make sure all you guys know this is not about like fear porn or anything. This is just about being aware, right? Because when you're aware, you can be less fearful. So it's just good to know that this is all under God's control at the end of the day, you know? So we just got to be patient and get through this insane world. And I'm just here every day trying to decode this insane world. So let's see. Anyone else got anything else to add to this? To the Taylor Swift Red album? To the... I couldn't believe this, guys. The red wedding thing. Man. Remember Kamala Harris is 59 like dragon? And this dragon right here, guys, is a picture. This dragon right here is a picture of the dragon from the House of the Dragon called the Red Queen, okay? And the Red Queen equals 59 like dragon, like Kamala is 59 and Keanu Reeves 59. Yeah, that's a good quote. Wisdom is knowledge properly applied. Yep. That's a good one. Wait, when did Doja Cat release Scarlet, the album? Hold on, let me look at that. I just want to make sure because I didn't miss something here. I mean, look at the song titles of her song. Well, actually, I don't know if I want to show this. This is probably inappropriate. I don't know if there's some kids watching. I doubt it. But yeah, I mean, the song titles of her, yeah, I don't even know. This is Demons, Gun, Skull and Bones. Look at this, guys. Skull and Bones. She has a song on this album called Skull and Bones. Are you kidding me? Yale Skull and Bones equals 192. Okay, look at this. Yale Skull and Bones equals 192. Okay. There's a song on Doja Cat's album called Paint the Town Red, which equals 192. Okay. In the same cipher. Same cipher as Leave the World Behind. I already talked about this numbers many times. And Skull and Bones is 192 years old. Yep, exactly. They're currently 192 years old. Paint the Town Red was the most famous song off the album. It's the first song on the album, Paint the Town Red. The album's called Scarlet, which is all about the red. And then she has a song called Skull and Bones. Oh my gosh. They don't hide anything anymore, guys. I didn't even see that the first time. I don't know how I missed it. I never looked at all the songs on her album. And Joseph Aquaviva just talked about the Skull and Bones. If you guys didn't watch Joseph Aquaviva's video, please go back and watch his video he just did. He was talking about the Christopher Wray, the FBI director. He said that there would be cyber attacks. And remember, Leave the World Behind equals 192. And it was all about cyber attacks. And yeah, just go back and watch his video so you guys can see that. I don't need to rehash it here, but he did a good job breaking down the 322 and the Skull and Bones. Okay. But I don't want to look at this anymore. When was this album released? September 22nd. And it was all about the red. I got 152 in the chat again. Thank you guys for being synchronized again with me. Can if you guys are still in the chat, please hit the like button. Let's get the likes over 100. I'd appreciate that. The 152. See if we can get the 152 likes. That would be cool. Anyway, September 22nd, 2023 was the release date of Scarlet. Look, it has the spiders, guys. It has spiders. That could also be connected to the Matrix or the, you know, that a lot of times the mother or the Matrix is considered to be like a spider, right? So that's interesting. So let's see from the release of this album to the Super Bowl. Hold on. Oh my gosh, look at this, guys. From the release of Doja Cat's album, Scarlet, to the Super Bowl is 20 weeks and 2 days. Okay, that's 202. And I'll show you guys why that's important. Skull and Bones is known as the Brotherhood of Death. Sorry, I don't even know what I'm doing. That's the wrong thing. Hold on. Skull and Bones equals 202. Okay, she released this album 20 weeks and 2 days before the Super Bowl. And again, I just showed you that on the album, she has a song called Skull and Bones. Okay. And Paint the Town Red equals 192. Like Skull and Bones is 192 years old. And if you type in Yale Skull and Bones, it equals 192. So again, this is all about Skull and Bones. If you add the day and you do the measurement from the release of the album, if I can get my computer to work here, it's 143 days. Okay. That's lightning. Lightning equals 143. Remember, Skull and Bones is connected to lightning also. Skull and Bones equals lightning strike. Okay. Skull and Bones 149. Lightning strike lightning bolt. Sorry, lightning bolt 149. 202. See the 202 here, like Skull and Bones? I just made a connection. So lightning bolt 149. Skull and Bones 149. Barack Obama means lightning from heaven. He was born on the day leaving 149 days in the year. Antichrist 149. Revelation 149. Lightning equals 143. And this came out 143 days before the Super Bowl. Is there going to be a power outage at the Super Bowl again? I don't know. We will see. Yeah. I just want to go back to that too, guys. The whole marriage thing. If Taylor Swift ends up getting proposed to at the Super Bowl, right, it would be a joke. Because I talked about how the Super Bowl, let me see if I can find my slide here. Yeah, this one. Got 149 in the chat, guys. I was just talking about 149, and now I got 149 in the chat. It keeps happening. It keeps going back and forth between 149 and 152, which are the two numbers I was just talking about. So yeah, anyways, Las Vegas is the wedding capital of the world. So if Taylor Swift gets proposed to, don't be surprised. Marriage equals 54. This Super Bowl is a rematch of Super Bowl 54. Jesuit Order 54. Barack Obama mentions the red wedding. Red equals 54. And just let me show you what proposal equals in Gematria. So if Travis Kelce proposes to Taylor Swift, if there's not a big event at the Super Bowl and all we get is a proposal, I'll show you why. Proposal equals 104 and 112. Look at this. Proposal, like Super Bowl. I cannot spell today. Hold on. Like Chiefs, 112. Okay. Kamala Harris, 112. Yeah, hold on. So is there going to be a proposal? What else was I gonna? Hold on. Sorry, guys. I'm losing it right now. Yeah, I think that's it. Hold on. So yeah, if there's a proposal from Travis Kelce, who plays for the Chiefs, so Travis Kelce has an opportunity to propose to Taylor Swift in the wedding capital of the world, and he has a chance to do so as the Chiefs player. He's a Chiefs player, and he's at the Super Bowl, and proposal equals 112. And this Super Bowl is the last game of the 104th NFL season, guys. So the word proposal seems to be very interesting in this case, okay? But also notice that just if you type the word propose, it also equals 104, okay? See the 104 here? The Super Bowl is the end of the 104th NFL season. So, yeah, maybe if the Chiefs lose and no proposal, yeah. So, yeah, if they win, there might be a proposal. But if the Chiefs lose, probably no proposal. Yeah, thank you, Joseph, for sharing the 31 connections with the Dragon, Swift, Obama. All equal 31. Let's see. Is there anyone else? Yeah, Zenith of the Alpha. I did talk about Red Wedding. I connected it to this year's Super Bowl with the 540 prime, like red equals 54. If you want to go back and watch that, I literally I connected it perfectly to this Super Bowl, I think. I'll bring up that slide for you to see it again. Let's see. Hold on. Yeah, so here's the graphic about the Red Wedding. If you want to, from the release of the Red Wedding to this Super Bowl is the 540 prime number of days, which is connected to the number red and marriage. And this was all about a marriage. Okay. So anyway, I see that Casey Jones. Yeah, you can call in if you want, man. I wasn't planning on taking calls, but I know that you normally call in. So if you want to call in, you can. So I think we're going to have Casey Jones call in, guys. I'll just wait for him. And I'll leave this up for you guys to see. How many likes we got? We got 102 likes. Thank you guys so much for hitting the like button. If you want to support the channel, you guys can hit the like button. And you guys can go to Buy Me a Coffee. Remember, I have subscriptions live now, and you have access to the information before I release it on YouTube. So if you guys want to support the channel, you can do that. Okay, we got a call here. What's up, man? Can you hear me?
Hey, come on, Casey. I mean, what's going on, Cody?
What's going on, man? Hold on a second.
Okay.
Let me just, I usually go to my other thing to make sure that everything's going good because I use my phone usually to monitor the chat. Hold on.
Oh, my bad.
No, it's okay. I just got to go in here. All right, go ahead. Say what you want.
Well, I just want to start off, we're talking about the dragon, in Chinese culture symbolizing the eclipse, the eating of the sun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I know in Indian astrology or Vedic astrology, they have Rahu and Ketu, and Rahu's the head of the dragon, Ketu's the tail of the dragon. And what those are the lunar nodes. It's where, so Rahu is the ascending lunar node, and that's when the moon crosses the ecliptic, moving north.
Okay.
And so that would be the head of the dragon. I want to throw out there about the Rahu and Ketu and how like the lunar nodes and eclipses kind of have that dragon connection in Indian astrology as well.
Okay, yeah, that's interesting. I didn't even think about that. And maybe that has something to. Did you see what the Aborigines mythology was for it? It said that it was actually the woman was the sun, and she was eclipsed by the moon man. I thought that was interesting because usually it's the opposite, right? But it was interesting that the woman was seen as to be the sun, and when the man eclipsed her, that was what they considered the eclipse, was when the moon got in front of the sun. So I thought that was interesting too.
Yeah, Western culture typically does associate the moon with the feminine, so that is kind of a reversal of what we're used to.
Yeah.
I think the other thing I didn't realize a Super Bowl that I covered a lot was Super Bowl 54, which I didn't realize actually until you mentioned it, that it was going to be a rematch of 54.
Yep.
And I still have a video up about that, and the halftime show was all about Venus Pleiades conjunction that year. That was on Eddie Murphy's birthday. It was April 3rd of 2020, and Venus is another 54, I think, in the reverse.
Yeah, it is, I think. Hold on, let me make sure. Yeah, Venus has the 54 in the same cipher as red. Actually, it has a couple cipher match to red.
Yeah. And then I mentioned Eddie Murphy because he did that movie called The Golden Child, and I know you were talking about Keanu Reeves being the chosen one. I think maybe there's a correlation there. But yeah, you get a chance, you need to check out that video that I did on Super Bowl 54 and Eddie Murphy and the Golden Child and that Venus Pleiades conjunction. So probably what I'll do is kind of see what Venus is doing in the next few months. Maybe there's something that'll show up in the halftime show. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And also, if you guys don't know, Casey has a channel. It's the same. It's Casey Jones Astrology in the chat. And I don't know. It's been a while since you made a video, though, hasn't it?
Yeah. I've kind of stepped away from the videos. It's just, work and home. They keep me pretty busy. So.
Well, his link will be in the at the end of the video. His link is in. I have a bunch of links at the end of the stream. I put in the chat, guys. So if you guys want to subscribe to all these people, Joseph Aquaviva, Casey Jones Astrology, Labda 115's on there. Who else do I have? 771's on there. All the people that I follow, they're in there. So, yeah, go check out that after the video's over.
And there was just maybe one or two more things I wanted to mention. I don't remember if I got this in on another live stream, but on the day of the Super Bowl, Kamala Harris turns exactly 5 Jupiter years old.
Yep.
So, like, if you were to take a year on Jupiter is 4,332 days. It's 4,332.59 days, and if you multiply that by 5, you get the exact same number in days that she will be on the day of the Super Bowl. So.
Yeah.
I think it's real huge how that lines up.
Yeah. Did you see how old? Did you see how old she was on the day of the release of the House of the Dragon show?
Yeah, I heard you mention that. It lines up with the. It lines up with the Super Bowl date, right?
It's exactly the date. It's 2/11/24 in the exact order. I thought that was crazy.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. That's pretty wild. So, and then you mentioned I know you mentioned like the Chinese going into the year of the Wood Dragon in the Chinese zodiac, and that Chinese zodiac is based on the orbital period of Jupiter. It's a 12-year zodiac, and then Jupiter takes about 12 years to orbit the sun.
Interesting. Because
also, if you go ahead, sorry.
No, I think I was looking at something with Jupiter earlier too. Kamala Harris, I can't remember now. It was something with the 36 because Jupiter equals 36, and
okay.
was something with the 36. I just can't remember now. So go ahead.
Well, no, the sum of Jupiter's magic square is 136.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just saying about the Chinese zodiac being a 12-year zodiac, and then the element wood is also associated with Jupiter in the Chinese mythology.
Oh, really?
Sometimes it's actually referred to as the wood star.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I did not know that because I was trying to figure out like how the wood connection was. But yeah, that's interesting because this year is the 24th year, right? Like Jupiter has the 24 as its logo, right? Pretty much.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's got the 24 glyph. I mean, there's so much seems to be pointing to Jupiter and I think the 12 and the 24 both, can be assigned to Jupiter.
Yeah.
And then with all the lightning symbolism going on, you got Zeus, Jupiter, lightning, and Barack Obama in the classroom on 12/12, and
yeah, that's definitely all connected to Jupiter this year. I mean, it's something is something. It's almost like I don't know. There was that Saturn Jupiter conjunction a few years ago, and it kind of like I feel like a Saturn energy has been kind of here since then. I think a Jupiter energy is coming or something. That's kind of how I feel. So
well, it makes sense for Saturn because that conjunction took place in Aquarius, which in classical astrology is ruled by Saturn, and then it was also on the first day of Capricorn, which is the other sign that's ruled by Saturn. So, and I think what I wanted to end on was, it kind of hit me like you're talking about Biden have that colonoscopy.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of correlates to the root chakra in the chakra system.
Yeah.
That area of the body. Yeah. Well, in 1988, he had 2 brain surgeries in 1988.
Right. Yeah. I remember that now. Yeah.
So you kind of have like this crown to root thing going on.
Wait, 1988. 1988 was a dragon year.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
And another thing I forgot to mention, guys, is if you actually go to Taylor Swift's birth year, the dragon year started out the year of 1989. So Taylor Swift wasn't born in a dragon year, but the dragon year was ending at the beginning of 1989, and Taylor Swift was born so she was born in a horse year.
Oh, okay. Sure.
No, wait, no, a snake. Sorry, because the snake comes after the dragon.
Yeah, that sounds more like I think a horse was 90. Was like 90 maybe.
Because I'm a horse. I'm a horse year, so I'm 90. Yeah, that's why I.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But I think it's interesting. I talked about him getting the brain surgeries, and the crown chakra is correlated to the color purple, and then the root chakra. Well, purple has geometric value of 88, and then the root chakra corresponds to the color red. So.
That's interesting because the Super Bowl logo is a mix of the red and the purple this year.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that crown. Maybe that again with that crown to root theme possibly. So
yeah, so Miriam in the chat is writing that right now. She's writing red colonoscopy, purple brain. Interesting.
Right.
Yeah, and then Kamala Harris obviously has a big connection to the purple because she was wearing that. So that's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's all the notes I had. I just wanted to share that with you.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. And yeah, thanks for coming on and sharing your stuff. And if you guys subscribe to his channel. I know he hasn't been making videos, but if he does make a video, you guys can catch one of his videos. So.
Yeah. All right. I'll catch you later, Cody.
All right. Take care, man. Have a good one.
Okay. Yeah.
Bye. All right, guys. Hold on. So anyone else that wants to add anything? Revelation. Yeah, I see Robert Frederick is talking about the. Let's see. Was there a purple wedding in the Game of Thrones too? Was there? Or are you just making that like I didn't know there was a purple wedding. Hold on. Thank you guys for sticking around. Got 157 in the chat. Appreciate you guys. I'm going to be wrapping it up here in a moment, but I'm trying to see what the rest of you guys are saying. Just wait a second for my phone to load, and then I'll see what you guys are saying. The purple wedding was the death of Joffrey. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, D-Kid. I actually decoded the national anthem singer, the lady, at the very beginning of my last video or 2 videos ago, something like that. Yeah, I talked about how she was singing the Black national anthem and she had very similar numbers. But yeah, thank you, Zenith, for pointing me on to the purple wedding because I didn't know about that. Yeah, you're right. They're the other end of the rainbow is purple and red, so they're both on the other side of each other on the rainbow. Yeah, and Revelation 12 I already talked about Revelation 12. Oh, you're saying that happened in 2017, really, right after the eclipse. Interesting. I'll have to look into that. Yeah, God bless all of you guys. Thank you guys so much for coming. Yeah, the Game of Thrones has a lot of hints, guys. I wish I could go through and decode that whole show sometimes, but I mean, there's so much to talk about in that show. You guys were talking about a lot about Game of Thrones, so I guess a lot of you guys have watched that. 22 divided by 7 is sharing some info in the chat if you guys want to check it out. He's talking about a DJ connecting to one of Lambda's last videos. Tiesto, the DJ of the Super Bowl, will be 20,113 days old on the Super Bowl. 20,113 is the 2,274th prime. Twin Towers equals 2274 in Latin. Tiesto is known for the song Adiago for strings, which was played at the 9/11 tribute. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'll look into that. Good info. Yeah, I always have a good chat. Thank you guys all for adding great info, and you guys do a great job. Thank you. Any last words, guys? I'm going to end it in about a few minutes here. Thank you, Shai, for all your support. Appreciate you as well. Revelation 3:12, new name. Yeah, God bless you all in the chat. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Birdie. Thank you, Racer X. Thank you, Shai. Thank you, 22 divided by 7. Thank you, Joseph Aquaviva, if you're still in the chat. Appreciate you. All right, guys, I'm getting off. Seems like everyone is done adding, so yeah, if you missed most of it, you'll have to go back and watch. Thank you for coming along, though, not of this world. Yep, all glory to the Most High. The Most High that's more high than any man could ever be. You know, I was talking to my girlfriend today about how Germany is and how man have completely ruined everything. I mean, we had a paradise here when God created it, right? We were given a bountiful earth. Why did we have to start marking off lands and claiming this is my land? I own this land. And then you had these freaking people these Jesuits and these world rulers, they decided that they owned the land, right? And it's a delusion. No one owns any land on this earth, guys. And yet we have to pay taxes on land that they don't even own. Does that even make sense to you guys? We have to pay taxes. In Germany, it's horrible, guys. You guys don't even want to know how bad it is here in Germany for what they make these people pay here. I mean, It's way worse than even the United States is. But whoever said that this group of people could call themselves the United States of America or Germany and say, oh, this is our land, we own it, and now you have to pay us to even live or build your house here. This land is not made for anyone to claim. That's what makes me mad, guys. Is this world is such a scam, such a Ponzi scheme. You know, everyone's worried about money all the time because they're slaves to this system that these people have created. Yeah, so I just I pray that soon this is brought to light, that this whole thing crumbles, and that this control, that's why I do this, guys, that this control that these people have over the world, you know, I hope I'm doing my part to at least expose their games, because they don't even need to conquer the world with wars anymore. They can conquer the world with their mind control you know what I want to say, their mind control BS. Yeah, you're right, Joseph. That we have to pay taxes on the land, and then we have to pay for water and electric. I mean, I get that there has to be a barter system or something, but just the way that the system works makes no sense. Yeah, you're right, Racer X. The earth belongs to the Most High, the one that is above all. No human can touch. Yeah, you're right. Everything is taxed to fund the wars. And here in Germany, everything is taxed so that they can pay immigrants to live here for free. What my girlfriend told me earlier today was, you know, they pretty much charge all the people that actually have their own homes and lived here on their own land. They pretty much charge them so many taxes and then they end up giving that tax money to these refugees to live for free, essentially. It's insane, you know, what they do. And the United States is not much better. Anyways, that's my rant for the day. Thanks for listening to my rant, but God bless you all. I just want to thank all of you for hitting the like button. Thank you guys for the donations. If you guys like to support the channel and be a subscriber for $1 or $2 a month, you guys can do that at the link at the top, Buy Me a Coffee. Once I get to 20 subscribers, guys, I will be doing private live streams every once in a while. Right now I'm at like 12 subscribers. So once I get to like 20 or 30, I'll start doing some more content on there. But right now I don't have so many people. So thank you guys. God bless you all. God bless you, Joseph, Not of This World, Gigi, Birdie, Dusty, Midnight, Robert, Miriam, Racer X. Yeah, God bless you all. And I will see you guys in the next video, okay? Probably about 2 days from now. So, all right, take care, guys. See you later.